Have you ever stopped to wonder where all the energy in the universe comes from and how it changes forms? Welcome to our mysterious world, a world invisible to the naked eye, but its influence is deeply woven into the fabric of our everyday life. This is the world of energy. An enigmatic entity, energy is at the heart of everything we do, from the simple act of breathing to the complex technological marvels that propel us into the future. Energy is the silent partner in all our endeavors. Energy, in essence, is the capacity to do work. It's the force that moves cars, powers our homes, and even enables us to think. It's the lifeblood of the universe, driving everything from the smallest atom to the most colossal galaxy. There are many forms this elusive entity can take. It can be kinetic, the energy of motion that propels a rocket into space. It can be potential, the stored energy of a boulder perched on a hill, ready to tumble down. Or it can be chemical, stored in the bonds of atoms and molecules, waiting to be released in a reaction. And then there's thermal energy, the energy of heat, and radiant energy, the energy of light. Not to mention nuclear energy, the energy that powers the sun and other stars. And let's not forget about electrical energy, the energy that powers our modern world. But here's the kicker. Energy, in all its forms, is neither created nor destroyed. It simply changes, transmuting from one form to another in a never-ending dance of transformation. This is the cornerstone of the law of perpetual transmutation of energy, a fundamental principle that governs the universe. But how does this transmutation occur? How does energy morph from one form to another? And what implications does this have for our understanding of the universe and our place within it? These are the questions that have captivated scientists for centuries and continue to drive our quest for knowledge today. Now let's dive into the fascinating world of energy transformation. Energy, in all its forms, is constantly changing. This brings us to the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. What is this law, you ask? Well, it's pretty straightforward. It states that energy is ceaselessly in motion, and it can neither be created nor destroyed, only transformed from one form into another. This is a fundamental principle that governs the universe and everything within it, from the galaxies above to the atoms that make up our very own bodies. Think about it. When you eat an apple, for instance, your body uses the energy stored within it. The apple grew from a seed, absorbing sunlight and nutrients from the earth, an example of solar and chemical energy respectively. When you consume the apple, your body breaks down the nutrients, turning them into another form of energy that fuels your cells, and thus, you. And it's not just about food. Consider the electricity powering the device you're using to watch this video. Initially, it may have been generated at a power plant, perhaps through the burning of coal or the harnessing of wind or solar power. These sources of energy were transformed into electricity, which traveled through power lines and into your device, enabling it to function. The idea is that energy is always on the move, shifting and changing forms, but never disappearing. We touched on this for the law of vibration and the law of divine oneness. If you missed those videos, we have added the links in the description box below. The law of perpetual transmutation of energy is like a dancer, flowing seamlessly from one move to the next, never stopping, never ceasing. It's a perpetual ballet of transformation, a dance that has been ongoing since the dawn of time. In essence, energy is fluid, never fixed. It's like water in a river, constantly flowing, changing course, but never ceasing. The law of perpetual transmutation of energy is a testament to this ceaseless motion, to this endless dance of transformation. So, energy is always in motion, never stagnant. But how did we come to know about this? The law of perpetual transmutation of energy wasn't just pulled out of thin air. It has a history. This fascinating journey of discovery begins with a man named James Prescott Joule. Born in the early 19th century, Joule was a brewer by trade, but a scientist at heart. Joule was intrigued by the nature of energy. He wanted to understand how it worked, how it moved, and most importantly, how it changed. His curiosity led him to a series of experiments that would ultimately lay the foundation for the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. In one of his most famous experiments, Joule used a simple apparatus, a falling weight attached to a string, which turned a paddle in a barrel of water. As the weight fell, it spun the paddle, stirring the water and generating heat. This was Joule's way of demonstrating that mechanical energy, the energy of the falling weight, could be transformed into thermal energy, the heat in the water. This was a groundbreaking revelation. Until then, scientists had been under the impression that energy was created or destroyed in such processes. But Joule showed that this was not the case. Energy was not disappearing, it was merely changing form. His experiments led to the formulation of the law of perpetual transmutation of energy, which states that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only changed from one form to another. This law, later refined and expanded into the first law of thermodynamics, revolutionized our understanding of the world around us. The discovery of the law of perpetual transmutation of energy was not an overnight event. It was the result of countless hours of experimentation, observation, and analysis. Joule's meticulous work paved the way for future scientists to further explore and understand the intricate dance of energy transformation that occurs in every moment of our lives. The discovery of this law was indeed a significant milestone in the world of science. Understanding the law is one thing, but how does it impact our day-to-day lives? Now that's a question worth pondering upon. The law of perpetual transmutation of energy is not just an abstract scientific principle tucked away in textbooks. It's a fundamental part of our existence, subtly influencing every aspect of our lives, from the mundane to the extraordinary. Let's take a look around us. The electricity powering our homes, the fuel in our vehicles, the food we consume, all are manifestations of this law. The energy in your morning cup of coffee, for instance, has been transmuted from the sun to the coffee plant, then to the beans, and finally to your cup. It's a beautiful dance of energy, constantly changing forms but never disappearing. But the implications of this law go beyond just powering our lives. It also shapes how we use and conserve energy. When we understand that energy cannot be created nor destroyed, only transformed, we begin to see the world in a different light. We realize that the energy we consume doesn't vanish into thin air, but instead changes form, often into something less useful and more harmful. Take the example of burning fossil fuels for energy. Yes, we get the power we need, but at the cost of releasing greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Here, energy has been transmuted, but with detrimental consequences. Understanding this, we can strive towards more sustainable practices, like harnessing solar or wind energy, where the transmutation process is less harmful. Furthermore, this law also plays a crucial role in our bodies. The food we eat is transformed into energy that fuels our cells, enabling us to think, move, and live. Even our thoughts are a form of energy, constantly shifting and evolving, influencing our actions and our reality. So you see, this law of perpetual transmutation isn't just about energy, it's about life itself. It's about understanding the interconnectedness of all things, the constant dance of transformation that underpins our existence. Indeed, the law of perpetual transmutation of energy is not just a scientific principle, but a fundamental part of our existence. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. We've delved into the fascinating world of energy and uncovered the law of perpetual transmutation of energy, a principle that governs every aspect of our lives. This law shines a light on the nature of energy, revealing that it is not a stagnant entity, but rather a dynamic force, constantly in motion and forever changing forms. We've journeyed back in time to meet the pioneering scientists who discovered this law. Their relentless curiosity and dedication to understanding the universe led them to this groundbreaking revelation. They saw the invisible threads of energy weaving through the fabric of existence, transforming from one form into another in an endless cycle of transmutation. This law doesn't just exist in the abstract world of science, it impacts our everyday lives in ways we often take for granted. Think of the energy stored in the food you eat, which your body converts into the energy you need to live, move, and think. Consider the power of the sun's rays, transformed into the electricity that lights up our homes and powers our devices. Reflect on the energy of a river, harnessed and converted into electrical power to fuel entire cities. The law of perpetual transmutation of energy is a constant reminder that energy is not lost, but simply changes form. It's a principle that underpins the rhythm of life and the flow of the universe. It's a testament to the ingenuity of the human mind, capable of uncovering the intricate laws that govern our existence. So, the next time you switch on a light or take a bite of your favorite food, remember the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. Because energy, in all its forms, is the driving force of our universe.